So, how did my Exsanguinate Reap Mines Trickster League start go? Let's just say I have one regret. That I didn't play it sooner. Hands down the best League starter I've ever played. Now, as many of you know, I don't play Mines very often, if at all, and so I needed to follow someone else's guide for this, and I followed one from someone called Fearless Dumbo. Absolutely top credit. This is the only build guide I have ever played where I haven't felt the need to make changes, apart from earlier where I got more survivability. And for that, I basically spent 3 points in Circle of Life and then the Mastery for regenerate 50 life a second. It made so much difference early for survivability, and then I rolled it off when I was getting towards endgame. So what makes this build so good? So first off, a bit of a disclaimer. There is a gem switch for bossing, only for big bosses. Map bosses are no problem at all, they die in seconds. I did actually think this was going to kill the experience of the build for me, because I've hated it in the past, but it's so uninvasive on this build that it's just worth doing. The damage is absolutely obscene when you switch from Exsanguinate to Reap. So the first reason it's so good is it clears so damn fast. Exsanguinate is basically a spell that the mines throw out that spreads to other targets. It chains, but it isn't a projectile, so it does massive screen-wide clear, or even further than that actually. And on top of that, enemies just don't bother hitting you because they're frozen solid. The main defense on this build is the fact that everything gets frozen. Now, obviously this doesn't work for big bosses which can't be frozen. However, they do get chilled so much that they're also much slower and much easier to deal with. And then when you do get to bosses, you switch out Exsanguinate to Reap, leave everything else unchanged, and it absolutely annihilates bosses. I mean, it melts them. Now, I played Molten Strike of the Zenith last league, and that was very, very good. But this is just another level of just spectacularness. In launch weekend, I achieved milestones that I don't normally reach till into the week by quite a margin. First off, level 93 by Sunday evening. I got 2 of the 4 watchstones, no deaths on the Eater of World path, 2 deaths on the Searing Exarch path, 1 to the first boss and 1 to the second. It was the Bulls. The leveling experience was pretty much uneventful. I got to maps in 7 hours. I died a fair few times until I made the change I mentioned earlier. The moment I did this, leveling became super smooth. I didn't level with the creator's current guide for this league because I'd already practiced on his 3.26 guide before he brought out his 3.27. And Power Siphon Mines are really, really strong. I did Mule Holy Flame Totem with a Templar early on just to give me that extra boost at the beginning, and I switched to Power Siphon Mines a little later than the guide said, around about mid-Act 4. I didn't transition to Exsanguinate Mines until I got to Red Maps, which was about level 86. And it felt so much stronger than the mines that I was playing with originally, so I could have switched much earlier. Probably about level 79-80. Now, does the build have any advantages over 3.26? There is a really powerful interaction with one of the new grafts, specifically the Stoking Graft. Basically, we use the belt Archon's tools. This makes our Skitterbots ailments apply to us, which is normally a bad thing. But if we get a graft that happens to have a percentage chance to avoid elemental ailments, what happens is, the Skitterbots run past us, they give us all 3 of their elemental ailments. So you get Scorching from the belt, and then you get Lightning and Cold. This then causes the graft to activate, which then fills in the rest of our hole in elemental avoidance and makes us immune. So it takes it off us. Of course, it leaves behind the big damage buff that we get from consuming those 3 ailments with the Greywind's Howl. The other graft I use also gives us like a free guard skill. This is up a lot because it activates the moment we start throwing mines and lose health. How is the build on the League mechanic? It's absolutely S tier. It clears it no problem at all. I've even defeated the 2 bosses at the end and opened up the extra tree for Ascendancy. Speaking of the League mechanic, GGG have outdone themselves. This is possibly the best League ever. I'm enjoying it so much, and there's so much content. The patch is also extremely stable. I don't remember such a smooth League launch. I've had 0 crashes. The only problem I have had is some weirdness in Delve. How's your League start gone? Let me know in the comments below. If you're thinking about switching builds, then I cannot recommend this enough. As I said earlier, I'm really enjoying the League mechanic. I've been playing it a lot. I'm currently working on a full mechanics guide. If that's something you're interested in, you can check it out top left when it launches. Top right, you'll find the build from Fearless Dumbo. And with that, thanks for watching, and may the RNG be with you.